Hello, and welcome to the Resource Library presentations produced by the NCC's Comprehensive Digitization and Discoverability Program. In this video series, generously funded by the Toshiba International Foundation, the NCC's CDDP task force highlights projects that are making digital images accessible in new ways. Each presentation discusses the project's content and purpose, how to use the site, and which tools were used to build it. We hope that these videos inspire and support those using images in their work or who plan to digitize their own collections.
Welcome to the video about Kuronet Kuzushiji recognition service on IIIF. My name is Tarin. I'm a project assistant professor at ROIS.DC Center for Open Data in the Humanities, National Institute of Informatics in Japan. In this video, I will explain about how Kuronet Kuzushiji recognition with AI works, and also how to use it on IIIF Curation viewer. Before I start the tutorial on how to use it, I will explain a little bit about Kuzushiji and why it's so important for Japanese history. As you already know that Japan is a unique country with one of the most distinctive cultures. We have cultural heritage in so many forms like art, and sometimes we also have food, we also have ukiyo-e, we have a lot of books and a lot of things that have been preserved inside Japan. At CODH, we have many projects that use cultural and humanities data. For example, this dataset is the Edo cooking recipes. How we created this dataset is that we transcribe the recipe book from 18th century, and then we reproduce the recipe and put it on cookpad, which is very interesting project. The most important thing is that when we try to use cultural data, we always have to deal with Kuzushiji or cursive Japanese, that we have to transcribe it into the text, so anyone can read the text even though they don't know how to read Kuzushiji. Over 1,000 years of Japanese history and knowledge are in documents and books. You can even buy historical documents easily from bookstore in Japan, like this one is Oyashobo in Jimbocho in Tokyo. There are over 1 billion historical documents preserved in Japan. This is not only books that have been published or have been written, but also personal diaries and also some letters. There are many forms of the documents preserved. Even though we have so many historical documents, but the problem is only 0.01% of Japanese populations can read Kuzushiji fluently today. Let's take a look at what Kuzushiji is and what challenge it presents in these characters. That's why the Japanese people today cannot read Kuzushiji anymore. Kuzushiji had been used in Japan for over 1,000 years since Chinese character got into this country around 8th century. So let's take a look at this word. This word contains 3 hiragana characters. When we write it, it's read as kokoro, and when we write it as a root character or jibo, it's used furui and also sendo noro like this. So the root character in this word is completely different from the modern hiragana characters. So when we transcribe Kuzushiji to modern Japanese characters, it looks completely different from the modern Japanese characters. Next, let's take a look at this ha character, hiragana ha. In modern Japanese, there is only one way to write these characters, but before there used to be so many jibo to represent these characters. These kanji are jibo. I put only 4 here, but actually there were a lot more. And the challenge is that each character, each jibo has so many ways to write in hentai kana or in kusushiji, but when we transcribe it, we have to map it to only one single hiragana character. So what happened to Japanese language? Why there is this problem between hentai kana and modern hiragana characters? So what happens is that there was a big change in Japanese language textbooks in 1900s. It's called Elementary School Order or Shogakure in Meiji 33rd year. So for example, in this hiragana ka, there used to be 12 jibo to write these one characters, but in Meiji 33rd year, the Japanese government decided that we should use only one jibo to represent the hiragana characters. So instead of use of 12 jibo, they choose only these kuwaeru characters, and this ones represent hiragana ka that we use today. And they eliminate our other jibo to be written as hiragana ka. And similar thing happens to kanji as well. There used to be many ways to write one kanji in kusuhiji style like this, but when they do the standardization of the Japanese language textbook, they only choose one way to write that very close to the printed typeface to be taught in school, and that's why only people who have knowledge in calligraphy know how to write this kind of characters, but then in normal school, like normal elementary school, they don't teach this anymore. This is the Japanese language textbooks in 1884. You can see that there are a lot of kusuhiji used in here, that all of characters in this page except Daikyuka and Daijuka, they're all hiragana. Some of character is similar to the one that we use today, but most of them are completely different. And this is the elementary school Japanese language textbook in 1900, right after the standardization of the Japanese language. It looked like the characters that we use today. Next, let's take a look at Kuronet Kuzushiji recognition model. So this model used the AI technology to transcribe Kuzushiji into modern Japanese. The algorithm that we use is object detection. So what exactly is object detection? So in this video, the computer used object detection algorithm. You can see that when the camera capture on the video, the computer detect where is the dog, where is the person, where is the car. So we use similar approach with Kuzushiji to look for which character presents in each image of the document. So when we build AI or machine learning model, we need data to feed into the model. So the model can learn the feature of each characters and transcribe into modern Japanese. The data that we use to teach KuroNet is Kuzushiji dataset, which is a dataset that created by the National Institute of Japanese Literature. So this is what Kuzushiji dataset look like. You can see that each character has the bounding box around it, and these characters was transcribed by human expert to label each characters in the data. And not only the image, we also have this CSV file that tell us like what is the XY coordinate pixel of each characters and what is the size like width and height. So at the moment, Kuzushiji dataset has over 1 million characters inside this dataset. So next I will explain how KuroNet works. Let's take a look at this document. This document is from Minna de Honkoku project. It's a record about damage around Hibiyaku Monkey from the Great Ansai earthquake in 1855. So what KuroNet does is something like this. First, it will detect where the characters present in the image and have the location of the character like this. And then when we look at each location, we try to classify what character it is in each bounding box and put it in the modern Japanese character like this. So even though it has some mistake in transcription, but it's enough to give the reader the insight what documents is about. So another project that I want to show you is Miwo application for smartphone for Kuzushiji recognition. Miwo application is the direct product from KuroNet that we try to make KuroNet easy to use for anyone. So we created this KuroNet into a smartphone application that the user can take the picture and then transcribe Kuzushiji on either a smartphone or tablet like this. Miwo app is still in the developing process, so we will try to release the app as soon as possible on both App Store for iOS and also Google Play for Android. So I will show you how to use Kuronet Kuzushiji recognition service on CODH website or in IIIF Curation viewer. The first thing that you have to do is to come to CODH website, and at this website you can just scroll down. There are two ways to use KuroNet, as I told you. So the first way is to transcribe the book that we have in CODH website. So you can go to the dataset of pre-modern Japanese text. And another way I will show you later is to use any IIIF manifest with the KuroNet in IIIF Curation viewer. So the first way, let's go to the dataset of a pre-modern Japanese text. And when you click at the first link here, you will go to the search engine that you can search for the books. So for example, there's many books that we can search in here. There's over like 3,000 books in the collection. But let's try the first one here. I will try to search for Usuho Monogatari. Like this. And then okay, let's choose one. I will choose this one, Usuho Monogatari. And when I click into here, when you go into the detail of the book, you can just go to the Kuronet Kuzushiji Ninshiki service or Kuzushiji recognition from here. When you click at this, the book will be shown in IIIF Curation viewer. Like you can see in the screen, we can like increase the size, decrease the size, or anything, and you can use the arrow key to go to the next page like this. And then what you have to do is to go to the square in the right hand side and click on this, and then you can crop the whole page like this. So KuroNet can transcribe the best when you only like put one page of the image into the model, because that's how the model learn the Kuzushiji character. We give the data as one page at a time, so it will give like highest accuracy when you crop it like this. So you click on the square after you select the page, and then you click at the KuroNet Kuzushiji recognition service. And then you will go to the dashboard. After that, you can click at Run or Jikko here. Normally, it takes about 2 seconds to 5 seconds, like how long it will take to transcribe Kuzushiji, but that's up to like how many characters on that page. And after it's done, you can click at to see the result on the link in here. So you can see that the characters overlay is shown on the top of the character of the image. You can resize the character to make it smaller using the panel on the left hand side. You can like move the character a little bit off to the right or to the left, so you can check with the original characters or something like this. So this is the one way you can use KuroNet. So another way that you can use CuroNet is to use IIIF Curation Viewer and also IIIF Manifest URI or the link to the IIIF data on the IIIF Curation Viewer. I will show you how to do this. And the first thing that you have to do is again to come to CODH website, and then when you go down, you can go either to like a pre-modern Japanese text dataset, but it might be a little bit easier to just come to Kuzushiji dataset. And when you click on it, you can go down to this page, and then you will find the Kuzushiji, Kuronet Kuzushiji Ninshiki Service or Kuzushiji Recognition Service. You can click on here. So what you need is Kuronet Kuzushiji Ninshiki Viewer or Kuzushiji Recognition Viewer from here. So when you click at the Kuzushiji Recognition Viewer, the thing you will find a blank page like this because there's no data yet to be put in here. So in this example, I will use the book from Keio University Digital Collections, which also have a IIIF manifest. So this tab here that I already opened is the digital collection of Keio University Library. When you look at any like the books that have on the IIIF, is always have the IIIF manifest. Here something is a small link like this. It may look different in other like a library or museum, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's the link that to the IIIF data of that book. So what you have to do is you have to click on this link and hold the button, and then you drag this, and then you go to the Kuzushiji Recognition Viewer and you just drop the manifest in here. After you drop it, this is the book from Keio University, but it's already shown in the Kuzushiji Recognition Viewer, and the process from here is pretty much the same as the previous one that I showed you. You can just open the book using the arrow key, something like this, and then what you have to do is to go to the right hand side at the square, click on here, and then crop the whole page. As I told you, that's just crop it like one page at a time, and you click on this square, and then you go to Kuronet Kuzushiji Recognition Service. One thing that I forgot to tell you is that you need to log in. So on the top right, you say like login shite kudasai or please log in. You can use your Gmail or Facebook or Twitter, or you can just sign up for the login. Any login, you can use any account to log in from here. The reason that we need the login is that we need to keep the record and also the usage of the Kuronet Kuzushiji Recognition Service. So the process is pretty much the same. After you come to this page, you can just click at run, and then just wait a little bit, and then after it's done, you can just click at the view the result here. So you can see that this is all the characters that has been transcribed here, and you can resize and move the characters like I showed you in the previous video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and for more information about CuroNet and other projects at CODH, please go to CODH website. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the presentation. We hope you found it useful. Please check other videos in the CDDP presentation library.